Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Alan here. Welcome to the second part in the series on how to transform your Model 3 into a ludicrous 3 car. You can watch the first video down below on some of my ideas when I was planning, my thoughts around how I was going to transform the car. And for this second part of the series, I'm going to show you what I've accomplished so far. Stay tuned. Alright, so a few days ago I let you guys be aware of kind of my ideas as far as how I wanted to transform this vehicle, and I had planned those out for a while, and I finally started the first phase of this project this week. And what you see behind me is some of the steps that got completed a few days ago. So I thought long and hard about whether I wanted to upgrade the wheels or possibly use the existing wheels that I had today and then go towards a darker shade of color that exists in most of the ludicrous Model S and X models. So I've included some pictures in the bottom of this video of my ideas as far as what I wanted to have the look and feel of this Model 3, which was very, very similar to the ludicrous S and X. You know, your brake upgrades, the colors there with the calipers, the wheel color, and so with those pictures you see below, that's what I was going for here. But at the same time, I did not necessarily want to spend a lot of money if I didn't have to. Now keep in mind that this is a stealth performance car. So the stealth performance car does not include the upgraded wheels, the 20-inch wheels, the spoiler, the pedals. It does not include all of that. So when I bought this car, I knew that eventually I wanted to do something to get that car up to a aesthetically looking higher level vehicle. Because this car, the reason why I got such a good deal on it with the stealth model car is that technically it's a sleeper vehicle, meaning most people don't know that this is a performance car without looking at just the badge. So when you buy a performance Model 3, you get the upgraded badge. So what I've opted to do, instead of going and spending all that money that I did save by buying this car, was to use that and just do some minor aesthetic upgrades to the car. So what I've done is, when I bought this car, strategically I knew I wanted to get that look of the performance upgraded model. So what I was able to do was to, instead of go with the 18-inch wheels, I did go with the performance stealth with the 19-inch option. So these tires here, these wheels, this is actually the 19-inch wheel, okay? And then what I did was I had these custom powder coated to the look of a ludicrous model. Now I went with the race gray. Has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it looks pretty much straight like a factory performance upgraded car, which Tesla just announced when they did the upgraded wheel change for the performance car that just happened in October of 2019. So what you can see here is this is factory with no upgrades, powder coated. So after I got the wheels to the color and the look that I wanted, I then got the calipers powder coated. Now I had done a lot of thought and research about, did I want to get a different caliper? Did I want to upgrade to something aftermarket? And at the end of the day, I did not want to add more cost to this project to get the aesthetics of the looks that I wanted. So I ended up getting the calipers red powder coated, and overall I'm extremely happy with that. Those results were well worth the money. The caliper actually, with the factory caliper, it actually looks larger when it's painted red than when it's at the factory gray color. You can also see here I looked very hard to make sure that I got the correct sizing on the vinyl sticker that goes on the caliper. You got to be very careful when you get the aftermarket vinyl stickers for the calipers, because sometimes they all come in different sizing, and if you're not careful, either where you get the work done at or what you put on your car is not going to be the exact sizing and spacing that is on the factory car. So that's just a thing to keep in mind here. But I think the results came out excellent for the look and feel that I was wanting, without having to upgrade to these new 20-inch gray wheels that are not even available on the website yet. All right, so as you can see, let's do a little zoom in here. There we go. Correct sizing, correct shade. And the lighting is actually, we're in the garage right now, but these are actually darker than some of the images that I posted on some of my other feeds and blogs, but you can kind of see that color is much darker than the silver. All right, so here is the back of the rear calipers. Yeah, for the rear calipers, I opted to really not put a decal on the back. I did not feel like it was needed. I thought it was overkill. I know I've seen a lot of other owners, putting the Tesla logo and things like that on the back. But the reality is I believe these are the same brakes that are on the performance upgraded car, are also on all Model 3s on the back. The front, yes, the car has upgraded. So I thought it was overkill to put another logo on the back there. But as you can kind of see, I'll zoom out here. And what it looks like. And I think I got very close to the look that I was going for a substantially lower price than having to upgrade the wheels. Now, what I have to do next is get the spoiler installed. And I really think that that's going to complete the look. Okay, so here is what we see from a dry fit. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get some painter's tape, and I'm gonna get the back nice and clean on the trunk area, wash it up, clean it up, make sure it has a nice back to stick to for this adhesive tape. And I'm also gonna get a blow dryer because I wanna make sure that this adhesive tape right here is somewhat warm, so that way it gets a nice adhesion to the paint on the back. Alright, so I've got my tape, which is my painter's tape, which I'm going to use to adhere this thing while the adhesive kind of cures for an hour or two. And then right now I'm just kind of clean this up and get some of the dust off the back of the car. And just dry it with a clean cloth. All right, just give this a minute to dry. And I'm going to run a dry fit one more time, and then I'm going to measure from the left to the right where I believe is kind of a good center point for this. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of using that painter's tape to measure and label and mark the end point right here for both sides. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip this up and I'm gonna actually just start heating this up. Kind of warm it up. Just because I really want to make sure this has a good adhesion when this goes on. So I've got that adhesive with the blow dryer warmed up pretty good, so that I think I'm ready to do my first run. The only other thing I'm thinking I'm gonna do here is just do a center point to where I need to actually mark this. Almost like a guide. So that's my center point. All right, so I've dry fit it one last time just to double check everything looks good, and I've also created a little center mark right in the center, so I know right here with the spoiler, I know where exactly this is gonna fit. All right. All right, one more last time, warm it up. There we go, she's on. Now what I'm gonna do is just apply some persuasion. Yeah, there we go. Fits beautifully. let's get this bad boy taped down really nicely on the sides. Perfect. Looks really good. All right, so the trick is definitely to use the blow dryer when you put it on, because once you have it kind of nice and warm, the backside of the adhesive, it sticks on there really well. So you can kind of see these end pieces. There's not any space at all. Like I really don't even need this tape. It's on there so well. So that's great. So we can consider this done. All right, so we got the spoiler installed. We got the powder coated wheels and the powder coated calipers done. The last thing that comes with a performance upgraded Model 3 with the 5000, I believe 5000, it might be 6000 now. The performance upgrade package is what's inside this box, which is, if I can open it up, the upgraded calipers. So I found these online. I looked at a bunch of reviews and the quality of these look to be fantastic. You know, they're not too shiny. They're not a fake chrome. It's a very high quality pedal. And this is produced by a company called Top Fit. I will include the link to these down in the description below. Feel free to give these a try. The reason why I like these so much is that you can see the back. First of all, they're fitted to match exactly the existing stock pedal. And also at the same time, there's no screws or anything like that. You can see that it has a lip right here. And all you're literally gonna have to do is take the old pedal off and then literally put these right on over and then wrap your finger around the lip of the rubber. And there you go, you've got yourself a set of upgraded pedals. All right, so we got the spoiler installed, we got the powder coated wheels and the powder coated calipers done. All right, but the one thing I wanna do before I install these pedals are, if you read the reviews online, they clearly say that they smell. I left these outside in the on my deck for a few hours, and I don't smell anything. Although I am nervous about putting these on and then having the interior of my car smell. But the good news is that these don't smell. Leave them outside for a few hours, and I think you're going to be fine if you just open them right out of the package and don't want to wait, and you're going to install this in your car. The interior might smell for a little bit, but I can tell you for right now, they seem to work great. So this is, I guess, the final part in part 2 of how to make your Stealth Model 3 performance car into a ludicrous performance upgraded car. Sorry it's been so many weeks since I've I guess finished this video series. I've been busy, and this has been kind of put on the back burner for a few weeks, but here's the final pictures of my car transformed. So what you've got here is, you know, the Stealth performance car. Very hard to find. Those run about 650 bucks. But this is it, guys. So this is what I'm dubbing for this video series, a ludicrous Model 3. You know, it looks just like a performance upgraded edition car, but for substantially less money. Okay, so like I said earlier on in my last video on this, the performance upgraded car is about $60,000, and I was able to accomplish this car for a total cost of about 54, so about $6,000 cheaper. The powder coated rims were $150 each wheel, and they took a couple days to cure. So my car was definitely in the shop for a few days while that happened. Also, the calipers required some curing time as well. So I was out of a car for about 3 or 4 days. And then the spoiler was about $650, $700. You can go aftermarket, and I can put a link down below to some aftermarket options as well, and get that for about $200 to $300 price point. And then from a pedals upgrade, I can share with you that as well. So I upgraded the pedals. Sorry about this, an airplane's going by, but I upgraded the pedals. Beautiful pedals. I'm really happy with the quality of this and the fit. It's pretty much a factory fit. It takes about 10 minutes to take out your old stock wheels and then upgrade those. And you know, they just look great. They don't look cheap. They're not, it's not like a shiny chrome, you know, where it would scratch and you can see all the imperfections. It's a nice, you know, clean, dull chrome, which is what I would recommend, you know. So be careful when you're looking online for those those pedal upgrades as well. Okay, but overall, I'm really happy with how this came out. Like I said, you know, I can't afford a Model S, so this is as close as I'm going to be able to get financially into a ludicrous style car. All right. So like this video, please subscribe to my videos and channel, and expect a whole bunch more videos about these types of cars in the future, okay? Thanks a lot. Bye.